Part 3. The Rebellion of Knowledge. The novel Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury continues the extraordinary journey of Guy Montag, a fireman whose purpose is not to extinguish flames but to ignite them, burning the forbidden knowledge contained in books. As we join Montag now, he stands at the precipice of transformation. Clarice McClellan's simple question, "Are you happy?" still echoing in his mind, challenging the foundations of his existence. His encounter with a woman who chose to die with her books rather than live without them has shattered his certainty, compelling him to commit his first act of rebellion, the theft of a book from a burning home. This video was powered by the AI Pandora.io. As night falls, Montag returns home with the stolen book hidden beneath his coat, his body tense with the weight of his rebellion. The darkness of his house mirrors the secrecy of his crime as he stands motionless against the closed door. Mildred's voice cuts through the darkness, urging him to turn on the light, but Montag refuses, instinctively protecting his transgression from exposure. In this moment, Montag feels a profound physical response to his theft, as if the book has infected his hands with a poison working its way up his arms and spreading across his body. This sensation of contamination represents the beginning of knowledge's rebellion within him, transforming his physical body just as it will transform his consciousness. The tension between husband and wife immediately establishes their disconnection. With Mildred comfortably embedded in the society Montag is beginning to question, she remains oblivious to his internal crisis as he fumbles in the darkness, eventually hiding the stolen book under his pillow before falling into bed. Their physical separation across the mattress symbolizes the growing ideological gulf between them, a cold sea of misunderstanding that neither can cross. While Mildred chatters meaninglessly, Montag remains silent, comparing her empty words to the babbling of a toddler, sounds without substance that fail to bridge their isolation. When she touches his face and feels wetness, we witness Montag's emotional breakdown, though he cannot yet articulate why he weeps. Later that night, Montag observes Mildred awake beside him, her seashell radio tucked in her ear as she stares vacantly at the ceiling. The seashell creates a final barrier between them, technology that promises connection but delivers only isolation. Montag's mind wanders to an old joke about a husband who telephones his wife from a store because it's the only way to communicate with her. This ironic thought reveals how technology has replaced genuine human connection, leaving Montag suddenly feeling that his wife is a stranger, like a drunk man who accidentally enters the wrong house and sleeps beside someone he doesn't know. The alienation between them has become so complete that Montag can no longer recall when or where they first met. And surprisingly, neither can Mildred. This mutual forgetting of their origin story reveals the hollowness at the core of their relationship. Montag's thoughts turn darker as he listens to Mildred swallowing pills in the bathroom, recalling the emergency technicians who emptied her stomach just nights before. The mechanical process of her suicide attempt and revival mirrors the mechanical emptiness of their relationship. He realizes with horror that if Mildred died, he might not cry, for she has become as unfamiliar as a newspaper image or street face. This recognition of emotional disconnection terrifies him more than death itself. The memory of the dandelion test with Clarice returns to him, her words echoing, "What a shame. You're not in love with anyone." Montag now understands the truth of her observation, recognizing the walls that separate him from his wife. Not just physical walls, but the barriers of the electronic entertainment that dominates their home. The living room itself becomes a character in their relationship, constantly speaking to Mildred through its 3 walls of interactive television programming. Montag knows these wall screens as relatives, the aunts, uncles, and cousins that have replaced genuine human relationships in their lives. When he enters the room, the walls are always talking, filling the house with meaningless drama and emotion that Mildred can neither explain nor truly understand. The programming creates artificial urgency without resolution, sensation without substance. When Montag experiences one of these programs, the overwhelming sensory assault leaves him feeling like he's falling indefinitely through emptiness, never touching bottom or sides, completely unmoored from reality. This vivid physical reaction demonstrates how the immersive entertainment disconnects people from their physical existence, creating the illusion of experience while actually numbing genuine sensation. The morning after the shocking book burning where a woman chose to die with her books, Montag lies in bed, consumed by the horror of what he witnessed. His hidden book burning a hole in his consciousness beneath his pillow. Mildred flits about the room singing carelessly, completely detached from his inner turmoil, the contrast between them now unmistakable and profound. Montag attempts to engage her in conversation about the previous night's disturbing events, describing how they burned 1,000 books and how a woman chose to die rather than live without her library. But Mildred responds with chilling indifference, her only concern being whether one of the authors they burned might have been a European radical. When Montag mentions they burned works by Dante, Swift, and Marcus Aurelius, Mildred shows no recognition of these names, her ignorance unsurprising in a world where such knowledge has been systematically erased. The tension escalates when Montag, feverish with moral crisis, announces he might quit his job, causing Mildred to panic at the thought of losing their financial security and material comforts, her reaction demonstrating how deeply she values stability over truth, possessions over principles. Through Montag's passionate defense of the woman who died, we see his transformation accelerating as he articulates a profound new understanding. There must be something incredibly valuable in books for someone to choose death over surrendering them. A concept entirely alien to Mildred, who can only view the woman as simple-minded rather than principled. The gulf between husband and wife now revealed as unbridgeable. The parlor walls fill the house with an incongruously cheerful dance tune that creates a jarring backdrop to their increasingly heated exchange, the mechanical entertainment continuing regardless of the human drama unfolding. Montag's awareness expands as he suddenly realizes something profound. Behind each book stands a human being who dedicated significant portions of their life to capturing thoughts on paper, each volume representing someone's lifetime of thinking and creating. A revelation that transforms books from mere objects into vessels of human consciousness. This recognition strikes Montag with particular force as he considers how quickly and thoughtlessly he has been destroying these human efforts, the enormity of what has been lost becoming devastatingly clear to him, while remaining invisible to Mildred. Their confrontation reaches a pivotal moment when Montag challenges Mildred about the last time she was truly bothered by something important or real, his question cutting to the heart of their society's fundamental problem, the deliberate numbing of authentic human response through endless distraction. Before Mildred can formulate an answer, she spots something alarming through the window. The arrival of Fire Captain Beatty in his Phoenix car, the salamander symbol on his uniform representing the department's power to consume everything in flames yet emerge unchanged. his unexpected visit clearly signaling that Montag's absence from work has been noticed. Captain Beatty enters their home with the casual confidence of someone accustomed to wielding power, immediately commanding Mildred to turn off the parlor relatives, asserting his dominance over their private space. With practiced nonchalance, Beatty lights his pipe and creates a physical barrier between them through clouds of smoke, simultaneously creating both intimacy and distance as he reveals he anticipated Montag's absence from work, his apparent mind-reading abilities suggesting either remarkable intuition or troubling surveillance. The flame from Beatty's match serves as a miniature version of the fires he commands professionally, a reminder of the destructive power he controls even in this seemingly cordial visit. Beatty's monologue reveals the history of their society's relationship with books and knowledge, explaining how firemen evolved from protectors against fire to the igniters of flames. Though Beatty claims this transition began not with government decree, but through public preference for simpler, less challenging forms of entertainment, the fire captain describes how mass media gradually condensed and simplified content to accommodate shorter attention spans and larger audiences, with classics reduced to 15-minute radio shows, then 2-minute book columns, and finally to dictionary entries, the rich complexity of human thought systematically stripped away until nothing remained but empty entertainment. Throughout this explanation, Beatty demonstrates surprising familiarity with literature for someone dedicated to its destruction. In the firehouse, Beatty continues revealing the true purpose of firefighters in this dystopian society, speaking with calculated precision as he explains their role not as protectors from fire but as guardians of conformity and contentment. The captain taps his pipe thoughtfully into his palm while explaining how firefighters have become censors and executioners, tasked with eliminating the danger that books represent. He speaks directly to Montag, including him in this mission with chilling casualness. "You and I, we're the happiness boys, the ones who keep society stable by burning away complexity and thought." Behind Montag, the parlor door opens and Mildred appears, her mouth moving, but her words drowned by the cacophony of fireworks and drum beats emanating from the parlor walls. The sensory overload of entertainment serves as a perfect backdrop to Beatty's monologue about social control, as he continues explaining their cultural imperative with disturbing clarity. Beatty's words flow with practiced ease as he articulates the philosophy behind burning books, a philosophy that prioritizes happiness over truth, comfort over challenge. We keep people moving. We give them fun. That's what matters, Beatty insists, his eyes watching Montag carefully for signs of doubt. His explanation reveals how the system works by eliminating anything that might cause discomfort or disagreement. Burn it all, Beatty advises, describing a world where death itself has been sanitized, bodies whisked away to incinerators within minutes, leaving no time for grief or remembrance. Montag listens with growing unease, his thoughts drifting to Clarice, the girl who asked questions that mattered. When he mentions her, Beatty's response is immediate and calculated, revealing they had been monitoring her family all along. The captain describes Clarice as a time bomb, someone dangerous precisely because she asked why instead of how, questioning rather than accepting. Her mysterious disappearance now takes on more sinister implications as Beatty dismisses her death with casual cruelty. "She's better off dead," he declares, showing no remorse for a life extinguished. The system Beatty describes is meticulously designed to prevent critical thinking. If you don't want a man unhappy politically, don't give him two sides to a question. Give him one. Better yet, give him none. The captain articulates a strategy of distraction that feels eerily familiar. Keep people busy with trivia and entertainment while avoiding any substantial material that might lead to independent thought. Philosophy and sociology are dangerous because they invite questions and connections, while technical knowledge is safe because it remains practical without challenging the status quo. The mechanical hound from earlier in the story now takes on deeper meaning as we understand the systematic elimination of curiosity and criticism that threatens the established order. Throughout Beatty's lengthy explanation, Mildred repeatedly attempts to fix Montag's pillow, her seemingly innocent household gesture carrying dangerous potential as the hidden book remains concealed beneath it. Her hands coming perilously close to discovering her husband's forbidden contraband. Each time Mildred reaches for the pillow, Montag reacts with increasing desperation. His fear of discovery, adding a layer of immediate danger to Beatty's abstract discussion of societal control. The scene reaches its climax when Mildred's fingers trace the outline of the hidden book, her expression shifting from surprise to shock as she realizes what her husband has concealed. This moment of discovery creating a critical turning point for all three characters. After Beatty leaves, revealing his warning that every fireman eventually gets curious about books and has 24 hours to burn it himself before they come to burn it for him, Montag remains paralyzed in thought as Mildred vanishes back to her parlor screens. His eyes follow the captain's yellow Beetle with its black tires, symbolic colors of fire and ash driving away down the street. Montag's gaze shifts to the neighborhood houses with their flat facades, recalling Clarice's observation about the absence of front porches, places where people once sat together, talking or simply thinking in silence. The architecture itself has been weaponized against contemplation and community, designed to keep people moving rather than reflecting. Inside, Mildred has returned to her parlor, conversing with an announcer who seems to speak directly to her thanks to a $100 converter attachment that inserts her name into the broadcast, creating the illusion of personal connection. Montag stands at a crossroads, recognizing that missing work today could lead to never returning to the firehouse again, a thought that terrifies yet liberates him. "I'm so damned unhappy. I'm so mad. And I don't know why," he confesses. The physical sensation of heaviness he describes reflects the accumulating weight of suppressed truth and questioning. "I've been saving up a lot of things," he realizes. When he mentions the possibility of reading books, Mildred immediately responds with fear of punishment. "They'd put you in jail," her conditioning making her see only the danger rather than the possibility. In a moment of decisive action, Montag moves a chair to reach the air conditioning vent, a hiding place that symbolizes how truth has been concealed beneath the artificially comfortable environment they inhabit. From this secret space, he removes not one book but 20, allowing them to fall at Mildred's feet in a literary avalanche. Her reaction is visceral, backing away as if confronted by vermin. Her physical revulsion showing how thoroughly she has internalized the society's values. When she attempts to burn one of the books, Montag physically restrains her, his plea becoming the manifesto of a man awakening to his own humanity. "We've got to start somewhere here, figuring out why we're in such a mess." The confrontation between husband and wife represents the fundamental conflict between questioning and acceptance, between the difficult pursuit of truth and the comfortable embrace of distraction. Montag places their personal unhappiness in the context of larger societal dysfunction, connecting Mildred's suicide attempt, their emotional disconnection, and their mutual unhappiness to the system that has shaped them. His desperation is evident as he pleads for just 48 hours to examine the books, promising it will be over quickly while secretly hoping to find something worth passing on. The scene culminates with the doorbell announcing a visitor, the outside world intruding just as Montag has taken his first irreversible step toward rebellion. As Fahrenheit 451 continues to unfold, we witness Montag's consciousness expanding beyond the narrow confines of his prescribed role. The books he has hidden represent more than forbidden objects. They embody the possibility of reconnection with the human spirit across time and space. In a world where the fireman's role is to destroy knowledge, Montag's decision to preserve it marks him as a revolutionary. Though he scarcely comprehends the magnitude of his choice, his journey from enforcer to questioner is triggered not by grand philosophy, but by simple human connections. The curious girl who asked if he was happy, the woman who chose to die with her books, these encounters awakening his dormant humanity. We are left wondering, in a world designed to extinguish independent thought, what chance does a single spark of rebellion have against the machinery of conformity? What happens when a man trained to destroy knowledge begins to hunger for it? Follow us to continue Montag's journey as he discovers the power of forbidden knowledge. This video was powered by the AI Pandora.io.